let's consider this to be a flyer. We want to design this in a moment. Basically, you can use it for an online purpose, you can as well use it for offline purpose, and because we are trying to make something that can go in both ways, we have to maintain this square shape. Let's get started. The resources here, like this picture, I have it in a folder there where you can download it and make use of it. You can as well look for it online. This is thumbprints. I've also put it in the folder. Then the rest is something you have to do by yourself. So open CorelDRAW. Click on File menu, New Documents basically, and then just confirm the name. Maybe let's say just say what's the file name I'm going to give to this now? Flyer. Okay, just flyer. Keep it that way. Now to guide us to move faster, let me copy this image and put somewhere around here so that we'll now use it to work. In my own way of designing a flyer for social media purposes, I would say you make use of something around A5 size, but basically square for online purposes. But if you are doing something you have to print, then it can be normal A5 as it is now. So for me, I want to use square 150 mm by 150 mm. Remember that my units of measurement is on mm. So I fill in the details here under page dimensions. Press enter. That gives me that confirmation. Then pick a rectangle tool. F6 is the shortcut. By double clicking on it, it will fill the page. For me, the color here as I'm looking at this background is black, so just highlight the rectangle and then shade it black. Remove the outline by right clicking on the no color setting. Let me zoom in here so that I can see the pictures clearly. The next thing we might want to do is to begin to type. This is the first write-up I'm seeing here. So pick text tool, click on the text tool, and then click on any point here on the drawing on the workspace, then type J Dumelo. Take note, this is a mock flyer. Okay, it doesn't mean that this kind of thing exists. Change your fonts. I don't know the fonts you are coming with, but I'm using Arial fonts. You can use Arial or Arial Black, but I'm using Arial fonts. So just make it as big as I want it to be. The spacing looks much, so I have to pick shape tool. Pick shape tool. If shape tool is not the one that is showing here, if you click on if you click and hold it down, you will see other tools in it. Then you choose the shape tool, and then hold it from this paragraph and spacing adjustment handle, and then move the spacing closer until they look something more reasonable. Color it white, and then move it into the background. While it is being highlighted, you hold down shift on keyboard to click on this background so that everything will be highlighted. Those two will be highlighted together, and then press C to make it centered. Alright, so that one is settled now. The next thing is to type the rest. Possibly don't just type the rest of the characters, and then we move. The next one is John. Wow, can't type it here. Let me color it white first. Okay, John. Double clicking on the text will activate the text tool, or you can as well click on the text tool, or you double click. That's the shortest way to do that. John, then Dumelo. 4. President, Republic of Ghana. Take note, this is a mock flyer. We are not really trying. I'm just showing us how you can get things done. Not necessarily that this is that John is going for presidency. I don't know if he's doing it that anyway, but we are designing something. Okay. Okay, that's that. After typing it, I can now pick my pick tool. Click on the pick tool. It activates it. Then I go to arrange menu, break text apart. In other words, I want to treat them line by line because they all have different kind of character setting. So basically, for all the font I'm using here is likely Arial, apart from this other font, which is 4. Okay, so the Arial font goes, but it's bold. Probably I should highlight all of this section and make it bold. Click on the B sign here to make it bold. Okay, just move it a little lower, scale it well. But I think for me to be able to successfully scale it, I might need to bring in the picture so that it will guide me. and then close the cap in between. You know my way now, so pick the shape tool and just pull in a little until it gives you what you consider is reasonable enough for that size. So that's John. The next thing is Dumelo, also picking just right below John, no extension anywhere, just the same space as it is. Okay, but Dumelo is a little slimmer in nature than what I'm seeing here. That means I have to pick my shape tool and then probably close it up a little further. This, okay, it seems like it's not bold. Okay, Dumelo is not bold. Yeah, that's the character I'm seeing there. Okay, look for this font. This font I'm using is actually Brittany font. I don't know if it's here. Brittany, it's not here, right? Okay, it's here. Brittany signature is there, so that's the font I use for the 4. And then president is the same area. Basically I just have to close my caps. I like closing the caps some of the time. Then Federal Republic of Ghana comes in right in front of the president, but with lower character, as in smaller size of character. Okay, that way we are done with this. Now I can highlight these two together. Let me assume that even if this one was to be here, I could now select it and select this other one, then press E on keyboard. E, that's for something like relevant, or just press the E character. It will align its center on the vertical level. C aligns center on the horizontal level, while E aligns center on the vertical level. Okay, it's the same thing as going through the arrange menu, align and distribute. See them listed here. See the E, the one I pressed here, so you can always get back to that. Then maybe highlighting these two together, grouping them together. After highlighting them like this, now right click, choose group, or can go to the property bar when the two are highlighted together. Okay, because they are all text, the property here doesn't show. Go to arrange menu and choose group. Shortcut is Ctrl G, so I group them together. Now while it's being together, hold down shift on keyboard and click on the background, then press C to center them to each other. That is that. The next thing is to type to draw this border line here, being the red border shading for the presidents and stuff, that like this or that write-up that is falling on the president and Republic of Ghana, falling on that red background. So I have put in the red background there, but you can see because I'm bringing it lastly, this one now comes on top of it. What do I have to do? I have to maybe right click on this one and then choose order to front of layer. Basically the shortcut for it is shift and page up. If you are going to bring it up one by one, step by step, control page up and shift page up, you need to try them out and see the differences, especially when you have so many objects in a particular point. For me, shift and page up would have done all that work for me. I have to select this other one with this now, and then bring this one to the middle here, or possibly just select with this one and then press E to center it. But you can see that this side is close to the border here, this other side, so I have to put them all at the center by highlighting together here, putting at the center. Okay, that takes care of that. I want to remove the outline on this square by clicking on this place. The outline goes up now. The next thing is, the work is almost done. Okay, we type votes. This is for president, bringing it to that point, and that also is kind of hiding on that. So shift page up will bring it to the front there. You remember that? So these two guys, having selected them together, go to arrange menu, group, to make them so that they will always work together. Whenever I want to make use of them, I can move them easily together. So move them here, then I like to see this plus this, select this one first, hold down shift, select this one, and then press C on keyboard to make it centered, well centered. Assuming that's what I really want to achieve. The next thing is to bring this, basically it's just for us to bring some of these elements. Okay, but before then, let us quickly do this bottom area. So I can pick a rectangle tool and just draw from wherever the other one stopped to somewhere around here. Okay, that gives me that black, that letter background there. But you know, black on black you cannot really see, so I have to color it a different color first so that we can see. And the colors we have here is likely black, green, and this what color is this? Is it orange? Orange color, and then red. Now I don't want to start with the black first. Let me start with something like green. Okay, I want to remove the outline, so that one is there for me now. Then for me to be able to shape this thing to look like this, I have to convert it to curve. So right click and choose convert to curve. See the shortcuts. I think I've sent the list of shortcuts in our one of our preliminary lessons. Look through the shortcuts so that you can master them in case you see me using them in the future. It will not really confuse you. So convert to curves, it becomes a curve. So I can now take my shape tool and double click on this point. It will delete that point automatically by double click, because any node you double click when we're designing logo, you should be able to have gotten that information already. So and now come in here and squeeze this one to a point as much as my eye can get satisfied. That is that. This is actually supposed to be the black point, so I want to color it black as it should be. Okay, but leave it for now. Okay, don't worry. Let me start it from this other corner here, the one that is red in the background. That will make it easier. So I'm pulling it inside here and color it red. That gives us this other shading. Okay, then while it is still being highlighted, I drag it back, giving it a considerable distance away from the other point, the tip of the other one. I right click to duplicate it. When I right click it, now it's supposed to give me this formation of this orange background. So let me check if that orange is formed for me perfectly. Is it orange or whatever the color is? Okay, then the next thing is to keep doing the same thing again for the green layer, the green coloration. What I'm trying, then I right click before dropping it, then I go back to this other one and then color it let's see, green. Where's the green? I need something original kind of green. No, select this, go to green. Good, that is the green. So we have, wait to red. We are supposed to have orange first before green. Now I want to undo, please let me undo and get back to the green, to the red. Okay, so that is the red. Red will give way to orange, and duplicating that and coloring it orange. Okay, then orange will give birth to green. Right click to drop and then color it green. Then green will give birth to black. Right click to drop and then color it black. I think we're done with that section. The next thing is also me to make sure that I arrange it carefully now, so that one will not look as if it is bigger than the other one. I like the red section, and red and yellow blending is better, but the green is too tiny, so I have to pull it to the front a little further and then pull the black as well to the front. Just make it look as if it's more like a funnel, you know, spreading all the way from the top right corner. Okay, that is done. The next thing is, can I highlight all of these together or just pick them one by one? 1, 2, 3, 4 while holding down shift on keyboard. Let me delete and see if all of them go. Say they now went off together, so I undo. Go to effects menu, power clip, place inside container. That's it. It has entered. The next thing is get into this one too. Okay, put it inside the container, see, because it has to still be fully trimmed with the size of my container. So effects, power clip, place inside container, and we are left with these two guys. Let me bring in the pictures now. So I go to a folder. You see the folder, you will download it, resource folder, where I got these pictures. I downloaded them from online. You can as well download them, copy the two, come into the document and paste it. Okay, so having pasted them, the next thing is for me to make sure that I just size them accordingly, the way I want it to be. Okay, that looks fine, just a little the head should just touch part of the dome lobe, but not necessarily the entire thing. And the body is a little in. Okay, take note, it's basically about creativity. When you are designing, you should just learn. That's why you see me trying to lay hand on many kind of concepts. It is for you to learn how to think and decide what to do, when to place, or where to place. There's nothing wrong about putting this picture like this, very big by the corner like this. Okay, let's say for instance like this. Now let me power clip it quickly. I'm going to undo. Okay, as soon as I'm done, send it to the back, power clip into this place, and now send everything to the back here still. Quickly, that's just, it's not something I'm supposed to do here. I'm just showing us there's nothing wrong about putting things like this and then still call whatever I want to call. Okay, this is still a poster, but I want to undo all of that. We are trying to draw something to speak or to what we see here. Okay, so I'm resizing this a little more, bring it in and out. Okay, that looks good for me. A little further, the shoulder is inside that black box. Both shoulders are inside and well sized within, so no part of it goes outside. You can see here, this side is not too much. Okay, you can see this side still, so that is that. I might want to also power clip it and effects power clip, place inside the container, so it goes into the container. Now take note, because while this image is here, it covers the whole of this. You cannot place an image over an image. Either if it's disturbing me too much, I have to send it back to the back of the page before now place inside the container, so that I can see the container to click when I want to click on it. In this case, it goes in and stays on top of the other things I've already placed inside the container. It will be left for me to go inside the container and edit it. So if I say right click and edit content, I can now get inside and then do the movements. So shift and page down inside it goes back. But then something is still crossing over here. I might have to cut here by picking my shape tool and then moving these edges up. You know how to use shape tool already, so that's it. I'm done. I should right click the objects and choose finish editing this level, or come in here and say finish editing this level, or go to effects, power clip, finish editing this level, whichever option that works for you. I can see some sign of blending here, but I think I'm not interested in that blending. All right, now having put this yellow here, now you can see that something is not well blended. Although everything looks good here, the way I see it here, but we need to add some shadow so that it can stay on this white coloration. So we highlight these together. They have been grouped already. Go to the effects tool or the interactive field tool, sorry, not the interactive field, effects tools, and then pick drop shadow. Okay, remember to expand it. If you click and hold it, it will expand. If you also tap on that small angle, this small triangle by the corner here, it should expand. Then pick drop shadow tool, just click on it and drag to a point that suits it. I'm okay with that. Then I might want to make it darker by increasing the opacity level of the transparency to 100, which is the highest. Looking at this too, you can see that this thing has a little outline by the corner, so I have to get back to make this thing have an outline. Let's see, this John Dumelo, so I have to give it a black outline, just a little. I should be able to carry it for that purpose. I might want to as well maybe increase the little by going to the outline pane dialog box, outline pane F12. Then instead of leaving it at that initial hairline, I can move it to, like, let's say 1 point, and scale with image. In case I want to resize it, it will grow with the image, possibly behind the fill. If I want it to have rounded corners, I can fill in, and many of all of these options are also there for you to explore and try. So that's that. I think I'm okay with that. Foot, where are you? I did not type it. Okay, since I didn't type that one. Okay, again, this Judumelo comes under, not necessarily on top of the picture. So I have to also send it back to because this one is already inside power clip, under the rest of the layers. I have to send this one back to all the layers. So power clip, you know how to do it. Place inside container, and then I edit the power clip content, send it back to it. To edit power clip content, what I just did is just to hold down control and click on it. It expands for me to edit, and when I'm done, I hold down control and click outside the object. It brings it back. Foot. It's not a big thing to do, so we now say foot. Where is my thumbprint? Foot. Same font is what I'm using all through. You don't necessarily have to use too many fonts when you are doing your design. Okay, so that it make your work easy. Just double click to expand that. I'm breaking it apart by with Control K. So that's Control K, breaks it apart at levels. Having broken it apart, now I have to convert this phi to curve. Reason is that I want to convert to curve. Where is it? It doesn't show. Okay, it's here. Now, reason is that I want to adjust this phi. B is no longer a text whereby I can edit like this other part, but I want to use it with text too by double clicking on a curve. Now, if you double click on a text, it activates text too. If you double click on a curve object, it activates shape too. Look at this. This one becomes active now. Look at this. This one becomes active now. So it's a quick way of getting or changing, swapping your tools by clicking or double clicking on the object that really relates. But take note, not everything. Some things will take you to, might lead you to, like in terms of bitmap, you can hang your system if your system is not strong enough. Okay, because double clicking is going to edit the bitmap. That is pictures. Okay, when I mean by bitmap, I mean pictures. Okay, so that is the foot illustration. Make it a little bigger and then color it to it appropriately and position it wherever I want it to be. See the way this other foot looks like. It's this character is not bold. It's not bold, and it's very close to themselves. That's what I'm seeing too. So you know all this by formula already. Okay, then possibly make this a little bigger just to look sizable. Okay, so we are done with that side. The next thing is to draw this section. I left this place open because I don't want to bring that called controversial issues, because I don't know which political party any of us belongs to, and all those personal interests. I'm trying to avoid them so that it doesn't look as if this thing is sponsored. This program is not sponsored by anybody. So this space here is for you to put in the logo of the political party of your choice that you want to use for him. For me personally, I will even put my company logo there because we are doing a mock flyer. Okay, but I'm showing you how these things could be done. So I drew two small rectangles by the corner here, whereby I'm going to leave my logos and put this one is showing thumbprint for this person, then this one is showing thumbprint on this party logo or next to the party logo, whatever it will be. So pick the thumbprint here, copy it. I don't know if I didn't copy it before. If it's possible, it is hiding under the background. Okay, look at it here. So reduce it to size and then bring it, reducing it, just holding by the corner and reducing it to size just as much as it should be, then bring it in here. But because this thing came after the thumbprint was here, what do I have to do? Shift on keyboard and page up will bring it to top of the page. But this thing also has a background that is not perfectly white, and it is a picture whereby I cannot just easily change. Nothing can happen. You can see bitmap. What do I have to do? I have to convert it to what we call, go into bitmap menu, click bitmap, mode, change it to black and white because it's already a black and white bitmap. Okay, black and white. It's more like, this is the kind of option we use if you want to convert signature, okay, to something that maybe someone signs on paper and then you now scan the signature and wants to convert it so that you can use it on a document. This one will serve. So I'm moving it to around 200 points. 200 points. Yeah, I want to keep it. Okay. Then you can see that it automatically converts it to bitmap monochrome on one layer with resolution stated. But here it now has black outline and white fill. If I click on the fill red, you see it changes to red. If I click on purple, it changes, or pink. If I right click on the white, it becomes white. So what I'm going to do now in this case, I want to right click on the black to color it black outline. Then the fill color, I'm going to click on no color. So it becomes perfect white for me, showing where one has to thumbprint. Then the next thing here is supposed to be the party logo. Party logo. What do I do for my party logo now? Okay. I just want to draw something and put. It will not have a name. So basically there is no party. But I'm going to draw something that looks like a logo. Okay, so I'm coloring this one, that's green, and this, okay, that's our logo. I hope that there's no party that bears this kind of logo. Okay, and this is Ghanaian kind of concept, so we will use our Ghanaian colors, which is green, and this pick from our document colors, and then this. So we have those three colors. That's the color of the party we are going to vote. Alright, this is just an instruction how to design a flyer. And on that note, I want to delete this one. You know that this other one is a picture, so you cannot really do anything again with it anymore. We are done with this. That is simple way on how to design a flyer. The difference between an ordinary flyer and an online flyer is more like an online flyer is something that is designed for purpose that is not to be printed but to be circulated online, whereby you might want to, instead of putting contact details only, you have to put your online links like your phone number, your YouTube handles, your email handles, or email addresses, Facebook addresses, what again, Twitter accounts, Instagram, and all the social media handles that you want to put. You can begin to put those logos by the corner here, and then put the name or the description of that, what do you call it, the ID that relates to that particular, or the name they are going to see to know that, okay, this one is the real account for us to follow. All right, thank you.